Hello, my name's Rick Agoris, past president of the Wmda Car Service Station and Auto Repair Association based in Bowie, Maryland. And we're doing the first of a series of interviews of our endorsed programs to help our members both make and save money. And as we were kicking around the idea of, where do we start and how do we start, the name that came up to the top of the list was Ben Brown and Ben Brown Insurance Agency. You had a very significant experience in World War II, and if you could take us through your mustering into the service and your where you served and what your positions were and duties were.
I participated in both of the bombing raids over Tokyo. The first one, we were lead crew. We could see the fire burning when we got offshore from Japan. We could see the fire. The second one, we were at the tail end, and we went right across, dropping our incendiary bombs, and we hit a heat thermal from the tremendous fire below us, which kicked us up in the air about 1,000 feet. Best the wings on a plane about 2 degrees.
Oh my gosh!
And it was banged our heads. But anyway, that was the thing. Then we also did, we mined the inland sea. To mine the inland sea, drop mines there, you had to fly completely across Japan.
Right.
That was our longest mission. They were about 15 and a half hours. And on one of the missions, the second one of the mines hung up in the bomb bay. It was hanging down
Oh my gosh!
out of the bomb bay. So our commanding officer told Harry Parrish, who was our left blister gunner, to go in the bay and release it. And Harry, it was so confined in the bay, he took off his parachute to get there. And the commanding officer was John Hoball, captain,
Right.
told him that he would tell him when to release the bomb. So I went out there with a big screwdriver and broke the clamp, moved the clamp to drop the bomb. Later on, when the Enola Gay arrived, we were told not to go down to the bomb depot because it was parked right next to the bomb depot. And of course, that's the first thing we did. And I got a picture of the Enola Gay with Harry Parrish, our left blister gunner, before the plane dropped the bomb. And the bomb was in a hole in the ground because it was so big, it wouldn't fit underneath the B-29. So they had to have like a pulley to get the bomb up into the bay.
Oh my gosh!
But which they did. But before the war ended, we had one mission where we got shot up pretty bad, and it was where a shell went off in our tunnel. We had a tunnel running from the back of the plane to the front of the plane.
Right.
So the shell went off, and our plane was riddled. We had other holes. I had a hole where I could just look out my window and see a hole in one of the ailerons, and we had 305 holes in our plane.
Oh my gosh!
And we lost an engine. We got shot in one of the fuel tanks. So we landed in Iwo Jima. Iwo Jima was taken as an emergency landing field. We were the third plane in, and we had to dodge some of the holes in the runway because they had bombed. We were very successful doing that. But what had happened to the engine, a shell had cut a oil line, so it wasn't any big deal for the engine for them to repair.